As the final Major League match day arrives, it all comes down to this. After topping the table for much of the season, Schwarzwälder Fußballverein require a win in Barcelona along with help from Tokyo to remain in with a chance at claiming their second consecutive league title. Meanwhile, Reykjavik United, the current table leaders, effectively need only a point from their trip to Japan to confirm their status as champions for the fifth time in their history, tying the current record held by Hollywood FC. Only one can claim the crown here on the final match day of Season 16. Hello everyone, I'm Metafiction, and today promises to be a historic day of simulation soccer, no matter which way the balance tilts. Both title contenders have had worthy seasons, and it's been an absolute treat to watch this title race unfold. But the time for speculation is over. Reykjavik may hold serve with their points advantage, but it's Black Forest who will be in action first today as we begin the day at Camp de la Industria, home of CF Catalunya. Catalunya, of course, currently second to last in the table, just ahead of Sao Paulo. It's been a rough season for them in particular. But it is CF Catalunya who have got us started here as we begin a true championship match day, and already Donnarumma with a yellow card for Catalunya. Catalunya coming out in that 4-2-4 diamond that we saw in the previous match day. Is man winning the ball there. Schuenar dispossessed though by Jihao. Now here's Whittington. Whittington cutting inside for Bull. Bull blocked at the point of exit. Here's Whittington, and that one deflects behind for a corner kick. As I say, Schwarzwälder needing a win, a draw not enough, as Deanne sends in the corner, and that one tipped over by Neuer, off the head of Whittington. So another corner kick here for Deanne. This one's sent out to the box, falls to Hakkinen, once again into a mass of bodies. Deanne gets it again, tries to cross to Hakkinen, but it's headed clear. And we saw there the Schwarzwälder 5-2-3 for this one, as Bull carrying the ball up the field to the end line, squares it, and it's sent clear by the Catalunya defense. Hakkinen back for Whittington, and Maximiliano letting loose a fireball of a shot, but once again held by Neuer. Schwarzwälder with a statement of intent early on. They're going to need to make these chances count if they want to end the day as SSL champions. That corner kick going off target. Maximiliano trying to find Whittington, but headed clear by Schuenar. Now Maple trying to get it to man, but Schwarzwälder blocking the counter-attack before it could really happen. Deanne to Maximiliano. Has Peterson on the far flank. Peterson crosses. Bull! Just over the bar from Heather Bull. And that was another near miss for SFV here. 7 shots, only 2 of them on target thus far. Not panic stations yet for SFV, but they are going to need to start finding ways to get these shots on target as they win the ball again. Maxwell sending it to the near flank. Srnzitzral redistributes to Maxwell. Now here's Bull again. Forced out wide. Whittington recovering the loose ball, but can't make the pass for Bull, but does win it back. Now here's Hakkinen. Hakkinen! And another chance just wide. Some very close shots here for SFB as Deanne sends in the corner. Man gets to it. Jihao able to scoop it up in midfield. Bull just brings it under control. Now out wide to Peterson, who comes back in. Hakkinen, and another save from Neuer. Title effectively on the line here for SFB. If they can't get a win, then the title is pretty much decided. Dan standing over the free kick. Some brief tension here. And another great save by Manuel Neuer. It's another corner for Black Forest. Crossed in, headed up into the air by Hugh Mann. Schenkinger trying to get it back in, but Chouinard sees to it. And now Hugh Mann has gone down injured for Catalunya. That is a huge loss for the Catalan side. Super sub is going to have to come on, but Hugh Mann, one of the most important players in this Catalunya side, is going to be a huge loss for their attacking prowess. And as we reach halftime, Catalunya without a shot, but Black Forest, crucially, have not scored yet. They need a win, remember. Otherwise, they may effectively lose the title to Reykjavik right here and now. Technically, a loss would, technically, even with a draw, no, never mind. I apologize. I'm working through the permutations in my head, and it doesn't work. As here is Deali rescuing me from that awkward moment by winning a corner for Catalunya. Poggio sending it in, and Saran claiming it out of the air. Now is when, if you're an SFB coach or player, is when you start to press the panic button. As here is Hakkinen cutting inside, Neuer with another save. SFV with plenty of chances, but none of them have been able to get past Neuer today. With the long ball, falls to Whittington. Now Bull in a lot of space and misses again. Some real amazing chances for SFB, and they've all been wasted thus far. With 30 minutes to play, you're going to have to think of some way to get the ball in the net as Hakkinen wins that pass. Squares it to the striker. I'm sorry that I couldn't read the name there. I apologize. But here is a corner for SFV. It's Deanne to take. Maximiliano sends it back out wide. Deanne with the cross. Whittington heads to Maximiliano. And it's just over again. Even with a win, they would still need Tokyo to defeat Reykjavik. But as it stands, they're not holding up their end of the bargain as Peterson's low cross only finds the Catalunya defender. Whittington getting the long ball. Past the defender, and another save by Manuel Neuer, denying Tamana Whittington. Deanne, ball headed into the air, falls back to Jihao. Deanne crossing, and it's another corner kick, deflected behind. Every corner kick builds a little more tension, both on Catalunya and on SFB, as Jihao mops up the ball. Back to Whittington again on the far flank. Kamanova getting the boot in. And it's a free kick. Tien takes quickly. And it's headed clear. Out of danger. Time passing very quickly. Only 20 minutes remain for Schwarzwälder to potentially save the league title. The defending champions could be on the outs here as Pruskin knocks it away only as far as Maximiliano. Peterson with the cross, trying to find Jihao. Can't do it. Whittington with a putback. Jihao again over the bar. So many wasted chances for SFV. They've had 21 shots, only 8 of them on target. And the ones that have been on target have been universally either blocked or saved by Manuel Neuer. Here's Maximiliano. And this one deflected back again. Whittington with the long shot and took a deflection. It's another corner kick. Deanne headed clear by Delo. Jihao getting onto it. They're being forced back here, our Black Forest. Peterson eventually getting around that Catalunya defense to put in the cross and headed clear once again by Kamanova. And with just under 10 minutes to play, it's looking more and more likely that SFV will be stonewalled here. Here's a corner kick from Deanne. Tried to find Whittington, but it was sent clear. Jihao on the end of it again. Squares it. Hakkinen was right there, but the defender got the foot in. Here's Maxwell. And a block by the super sub prevents that cross. Less than 5 to play. Deanne under pressure, getting it out to Bull. Here's Jihao. Whittington. Kamanova with a great sliding challenge there. Here's Whittington again. Crosses. Hakkinen's header. Not on the mark. Time running out for SFB. Reykjavik looking on with glee at this. 1 minute to play. Deanne standing over the corner. This could be the season on the line. Goes in. Headed up. And Catalunya getting it out of danger. Now here comes Maple. This would be a shock. Schuenar out wide to Kamanova. Kamanova back to Delo. And Saran Setsural saving the ball for the first and perhaps only time today. So dominant were SFV, but they've run out of time here. Only a draw in Barcelona, and that won't be enough to catch Reykjavik. Catalunya holding on with only 1 shot on target. Manuel Neuer, deservedly player of the match for that incredible performance. But SFV needed a win, and they simply didn't get it. After all of the hype, it is a bit of an anticlimactic way to determine a champion, I'll submit. But there you have it. Catalunya, resolute in defense, denying SFV the goal they needed to remain in the title race, meaning Reykjavik United are your Season 16 SSL Major League champions. And they'll, of course, receive their trophy at the end of their match against Tokyo later in today's broadcast. In the meantime, though, we have 2 other matches before that need settling. And the first one takes place in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where União Sao Paulo will host their South American rivals, CA Buenos Aires. Well, it's no secret that União Sao Paulo have had not just one rough season, but essentially a few in a row. União finally receiving their first 3 points of the season earlier this season. Well, their first 3 points, rather, since season 14, earlier this season, at the expense of CF Catalunya. So far, the only points on the board for them. They have a chance to potentially add to it here against Buenos Aires. They'll be coming out in the 4-1-3-2 formation that they've been using to reasonable effect lately. As for Buenos Aires, it's a 4-2-3-1. O'Leary just playing off that right shoulder of Bradford. And there you see confirmation. Reykjavik United are the champions of the SSL Major League. No title on the line here. It's just a matter of dignity. Will Sao Paulo be able to add to their 3-point tally, or can Buenos Aires end this season on a high note? Knight intercepting that pass, laying it off for Vandersloot, and back to Knight. It is Buenos Aires, I should say, in the white kits with the orange shorts. As here is Harrison. Back to Genkal. Genkal just wide of the post. Those two, of course, with a great chemistry on the left flank, Harrison and Genkal. They've combined more than once this season to deadly effect. Harrison to O'Leary. O'Leary with the shot, and Lualua holds on. Brisky with the free kick for Sao Paulo, finding Victoria. Out to Brisky. Brisky forced to the near flank now. Norris. Into Victoria. Chipping it up for Selic. Justinison had a shot at the near post, but Coppery able to get it before disaster. Now here's Bradford for Buenos Aires. Harrison. Forward to Genkal. Genkal! Well, I mentioned it a moment ago, and it's happened again. Genkal, assisted by Harrison, doing the damage for Buenos Aires. Genkal with the turn and getting past the defender. And a great finish to the opposite post. And on 17 minutes, it's Sao Paulo 0, Buenos Aires 1. Knight now intercepting a pass. Vandersloot sending it back. Now coming forward. The long shot wins a corner. Brooks Patron's corner. Headed over the bar by Bradford. Harrison with the throw in again, call. Fiacra letting loose, but well off target there. Of course, there is a silver lining to the season that Sao Paulo had as Harrison wins the ball. Sao Paulo, of course, will receive as that header goes well over. Sao Paulo will, of course, receive the first overall pick in the upcoming prospect draft, which will help with their ongoing rebuild. In the meantime, Brooks Bertrand sends in the corner. It's ultimately sent clear. Genkal keeping it in and sending it back inside. Vandersloot in the box, turns and fires a beauty past Lualua. Well, a moment of individual dexterity from Edwin Vandersloot. Brooks Bertrand first times the pass. Vandersloot takes the touch, deftly gets into open space, and just drills it home. Now Buenos Aires up 2-0 on the hosts here. As time winds down in the first half, we have about 3 minutes of added time as Sao Paulo taking the throw in here. The long ball thwarted, and now Buenos Aires were coming forward, but Brisky winning the ball back. Long ball forward from Kirkpatrick, but Cabri gets onto it before Selic can get there. O'Leary has Bradford. Well, they've snuck one more in before the break here, have Buenos Aires. O'Leary passing into Bradford, who had done very well to get in that much space. And Buenos Aires hitting Sao Paulo effectively on the break. And that is how we look going into the half. Buenos Aires up 3-0 on Sao Paulo. Well, it has been a rough season for Sao Paulo, and this will certainly add to that. But as mentioned, the first overall pick once again, as well as the growing talent pool within the organization of Sao Paulo and Paris. The hard times may last a little longer, but for everyone's sake, hopefully not much. As Vandersloot, that shot denied by Lua. Brooks Bertrand's corner. And Brisky heading it clear. Over to Vandersloot, and he gets the header very wrong. Justinison loses out to Fiacra, and now Munoz coming forward. Genkal back inside. Now Knight. Munoz. Vandersloot forced back, but sending it forward anyway. Genkal. Back to Harrison. Vandersloot. And that's about as well worked a goal as you'll see from this Buenos Aires team. Vandersloot sending it out wide for Genkal. Turns around to find Harrison. Vandersloot, meanwhile, getting into acres of space for the pass from Harrison. And it's 4-0 to Buenos Aires. A brace so far from Vandersloot, now looking for a third. Meanwhile, a free kick from Sao Paulo finds Brisky, forcing a save out of Cabri. Brisky stands over the corner. Sent in, and ultimately headed behind again by Brooks Bertrand. This time the corner headed clear. Victoria picking up a knock, not quite able to get to it before it goes out. Well, you can say this for the Sao Paulo team. They do not quit, even when things look dire. But it is a corner kick from Brooks Bertrand. Habjanic, though, nearly sending it clear. Munoz has a go off the bar. Very nearly a fifth. Habjanic now dealing with it to Justinison. And here's Victoria. Up the flank for Justinison. Now Norris. Norris looking for a cross. Crosses. Had Selic at the far post, but Cabri jumping up to claim the ball, denying the chance. But as I say, Sao Paulo refusing to concede defeat, even with a 4-goal deficit. Certainly worthy of praise as Brooks Bertrand sending in the corner and Bradford not getting it on target. With just under 10 minutes to play, result long ago settled. Here is Selic, though. Selic! And what a dive from Cabri to deny Selic there. Would have been an absolute beauty had it gone in. As it stands, a corner kick incoming from Jay Brisky. And once again, Cabri able to pluck it out of the air with authority. Brooks Bertrand dwelling on the ball, finds Munoz. Again called, through ball, trying to find O'Leary. It's back for Bradford. Well, is it a fifth? VAR looking at it, and they will not allow it. Bradford ruled offside. Here it is again. Again call. Pass intended for that other player. It was O'Leary, I apologize, who was offside. Pass was intended for Bradford. O'Leary getting onto it while being in an offside position. Selic wins the ball and gets it up the field by Tomato the second, excuse me. Victoria trying the through ball for Selic, but couldn't quite get it on target. Brisky coming forward, but Munoz pounces on the loose touch there. Well, it's been another season to forget for Sao Paulo, but brighter days ahead, they hope. Meanwhile, Buenos Aires with a 4-goal victory, ending the season on a high note, thanks in large part to a brace from Edwin van der Sloot. But it's Ben Harrison who is player of the match for 2 assists and 2 clear-cut chances created. Goals also from Genkal and Bradford up front for Buenos Aires. And now for our third match, we move to Rome, where AC Romana will take on Hollywood FC. Of course, it's been a bit of a contrasting set of fortunes here. AC Romana, the season 14 champions, haven't had quite the same success since that title victory over the last couple of seasons. Meanwhile, Hollywood FC only getting better with every match. Fully expected by many to be title contenders once again in the coming seasons once these fairly young superstars begin to fully develop. How far off are they, though? Time will only tell. In the meantime, both teams looking for one final win to try to end the season on a high note, to try and carry some momentum going into the offseason. It's the customary 4-2-4 for Romana with Nunez on the right, pushed up just a little bit more advanced, and the asymmetrical midfield 4-2-3-1 of Hollywood. And it's Romana who gets us started, going right to left in the purple and gold. Immediately losing out, though. Now here's Closa. Closa dribbling into the box, smart. Getting a leg in to force the corner kick. An early chance here for Hollywood, courtesy of Muffin. But Nunez heading it clear as far as Brooks. But Muffin was ruled offside. Hollywood taking the free kick. Lightning with the ball. Now here's Rashford in his final SSL game. Here's Martel off the post and held by Kerrigan. You go Rashford, of course, one of the players that has been in the league since its beginning, retiring after this match. Will hopefully be wanting a win as a send-off. Cormier dispossessed by Kimoatu. Cutting inside. Nearly tripped up, but Kimoatu shoots, and Hall, able to push it over. It will be a corner kick by Nunez. Falsta dives in a lot. Now here's Jerry. Rashford getting the foot in, though. Now the header won by Brooks. Gets to Closa. Muffin in a lot of space at the far flank. Cutting inside. But that pass off target finds only Milton Nunez. Now here's Pinkman up the near flank. Going the other way. Cross. And headed over. I believe that was Martel. Or excuse me, that wouldn't have been Martel. That would have been Pinkman, I think. Well, whoever it was over the bar. Cormier now. To Muffin. Nunez. That's Tyson Nunez, to be clear. Getting onto the ball on the loose touch there. Kimoatu. Jerry sending it for Milton Nunez. Contested. Squares it. And Walter Pinkman finishes from close range. Well, they sent the ball out wide for Nunez. Whichever Nunez it is, you can be sure they'll put in a decent cross. And this time, it was indeed more than decent. Pinkman, absolutely no doubt about where that one was headed. McGrain nearly getting the challenge, but Anavier sending it forward. Now Jerry to Muller. Tyson Nunez. Kimoatu to Jerry. And Jerry missing a very open goal there. As we approach halftime, it's so far been a bit of a sour send-off for Miko Rashford. As AC Romana, with the close-range finish from Walter Pinkman, lead 1-0 at the break. The question now becomes, do Hollywood have anything left in the tank to potentially wrestle this back from Romana? Or can the Italians press home their advantage here on the final match day of the season? One change for Hollywood. Cameron Bailey onto the pitch. Jalen Brooks making way, as is Hollywood's custom over the last several matches. Certainly wanting to get as much playing time into all of these players as they can in order to aid their development. And certainly playing at the top level of simulation soccer. There's really no better method, as Muller's shot goes just over. Kurt Lightning finds Rashford. Rashford dribbling past the Romana midfielder. Back for Lightning. Trying to find Rashford again, but intercepted. Now Anavier trying to find an outlet, but Lovrich there to intercept. That pass, though, wayward, and here's Tyson Nunez. Now Kimoatu for Romana. Kimoatu crosses. Hall goes up, and a leaping catch to prevent that move from going anywhere more dangerous. Pinkman to Kimoatu. Through to Anavier. Anavier! A lethal finish from Pascal Anavier. Kimoatu found Anavier in plenty of space. And that is just pure finishing brilliance from the captain. What more is there to say? AC Romana 2, Hollywood 0 on 57 minutes. But here's a through ball. Scott Muffin forces a save out of Kerrigan. Hollywood nearly getting a reply there. It was a kick save from Kerrigan that prevented the clean sheet from being broken. Now Bailey sent in the corner to Scud Muffin, who headed it over the bar. Less than 30 to play, and it's a corner kick for Muffin. Kimoatu intercepting that pass before Hollywood can do the damage, but that one off target. Muffin gets it back only for a moment as Kimoatu wins it, but then Muffin wins it back and shoots wide. Hollywood with some great chances, but they haven't been able to solve this Romana defense just yet. Meanwhile, Romana coming forward again. Through ball to Pinkman. Pinkman hurdled the challenge, but couldn't get it off. Now Blackman out to Tyson Nunez. Muller crossing in, headed down. Walter Pinkman. Well, he's got himself a second one. Let's see that again. Muller put in the cross. Was headed down. I believe that was Anavier. And Pinkman with the second goal. It is now AC Romana 3, Hollywood 0. And it's not the farewell Hollywood was hoping for Miko Rashford. Muller with the challenge in. Nunez finds Jerry. Cabral, with that last-ditch challenge, could have just prevented it from being 4-0. Now here's Muffin. Nunez, though, nicking the ball. Now Jerry. Jerry coming forward. And that one blocked by the Hollywood defender. And another corner kick for Romana. Tyson Nunez sending it in. Ultimately headed clear back to Nunez. Cormier with a diving challenge to win the ball for Bailey. Bailey trying to make a run. Nearly loses out to Smart. Does now lose out to Pinkman. Bailey stands over a corner for Hollywood to try to get one back. Muller heads it clear. Martel gets it back. Bailey. Mulgrain. Rashford has a go. At a pass, excuse me. Martel, Smart though, nicking the ball off of Smart. Or of Martel. Nunez now bringing it forward for Romana. Annavier. Lovrich with another diving challenge, but Annavier still with it. Crosses in. Kimoatu at the near post. Denied by Hall. Well, it was a beautiful move from Romana, but great reflexes from Hall. And Jerry ruled offside there. McGrain intercepting the pass. Now here's Bailey trying to manufacture something for Hollywood. Back pass had a lot of velocity on it. Now Cormier. Loses out to Muller. Now Milton Nunez. Up the far flank. Looking for a cross. Gets past McGrain, but ball does not get past Rashford. Annavier. Kimoatu. McGrain again in the way. Annavier wins a corner off the long shot. Jerry sends it in. Up in the air, and Hall holding on to it. Nunez gets past the defender, squaring it, trying to find Kimoatu. Instead, it's the other Nunez. Blackman from range. And what a save that was. Jerry sending it in, only finds Cormier. 3 minutes of added time left to play. Jerry to Muller. Smart. Milton Nunez. Losing out. Now here's Mulgrain. Rashford. Cabral to Cormier. Trying to through ball to Closa, but didn't quite make the run. Here's Closa. Out wide to Muffin on the near flank. Into Martel. At the edge for Rashford. To Bobby. Not Bobby. Bailey. I apologize. It was very small print. I'm not sure what I was thinking, to be honest. In the end, it is a 3-0 to Romana as I look to refamiliarize myself with the team's rosters. Nevertheless, a strong performance from Pinkman, a brace on the day, and deservedly player of the match. Pascal Hennevier also adding in a goal. That beautiful long-range finish. Meanwhile, Bailey, not Bobby. Not sure why I said Bobby. I apologize once again. And that will do it from Rome. 3-0 the score. Romana winning on the final day over Hollywood. Now, of course, we go to our final match of the day, which, were it not for earlier results, would have potentially been a title decider, as Tokyo SC hosts Reykjavik United, who we now know will be your Season 16 Major League champions, no matter what happens in this match. By virtue of SFE's draw earlier today, away to Catalunya, Reykjavik can no longer be caught. Tokyo SC coming out with the 4-2-3-1. Ibrahimovic up front. Reykjavik with a 4-2-3-1 of their own. Del Pirlo playing off the right shoulder of Goddamn. And there you see the guard of honor from Tokyo SC for the Season 16 champions, Reykjavik United, who will receive their trophy at the end of this match, no matter what the final result may be. But it remains to see whether Tokyo can spoil the title celebration somewhat by nicking 3 points off the champions anyway. Del Pirlo sending it back. Now Ladiver nearly losing out there. Switches play out to Chicken. Now Lopta. Skyrise intercepts. And now Kennedy carrying it out wide, but Lopta getting it back. Here's Chicken. Chicken, edge of the box. And that is a corner kick for Reykjavik United. The corner sent in and very nearly into the back of the net, but does indeed miss. Not a lot to report. A bit of a cagey match here between these two teams. Yore. And that chance ultimately dealt with, but there is a potential penalty here. Goddamn, seemed to have gone down in the box. They are looking at it. And the penalty has been given. It's Jean-Claude Goddamn to stand over it. And a glorious save from Davi Rube. What reflexes to stop that one? One of the most dangerous finishers of the day as that corner comes in, ultimately sent clear. Jean-Claude Goddamn, one of the most dangerous finishers in the league. To save a penalty from him is no mean feat, it has to be said. And so parity remains as time ticks away in this first half. Indeed, apart from the penalty save, not much to report here in Tokyo. And at halftime at the Nintendo, it is still 0-0. The only real chance to speak of was that penalty. Jean-Claude Goddamn, normally very clinical in those situations, was saved by Dabiru. As Tokyo who get us started and immediately have been called offside. Skyrise the culprit there. Well, remember, Reykjavik, the champions no matter what happens, but you have to believe they would want to win regardless to crown off what has been a spectacular season. Also worth noting, they might have their heads turned as they are in the SSL Cup final later this week against Buenos Aires. Meanwhile, here is Tokyo, the through ball disrupted. Kennedy gets to it. Buenos Aires, their opponent of Reykjavik, of course, defeated Tokyo across two legs in the semifinal. This was very nearly a preview of that cup final. Meanwhile, here is Greer crossing in, and it's fallen to Skyrise. And Tokyo, far from being the gracious hosts here, threatened to put a damper on the title celebrations. Greer with that low cross, and Rise able to direct it away from Brickwall Jr. in goal. And it is Tokyo 1, Reykjavik 0. SFV now perhaps even more ruining those missed chances as Andrews intercepts that pass. Here's Del Pirlo to goddamn, nearly made good on that missed penalty earlier. In the meantime, here is a corner kick for Chicken. It's ultimately sent clear. Lopta getting onto the end of it. Well, it makes you wonder what would have happened had SFE been able to make one of those chances count earlier, as we are minutes away from Tokyo defeating Reykjavik United. Van Gerritsen with the throw. Getting past the defender, shoots. And it's gone over. Van Gerritsen again with a deep throw. We are near the end of the first of 3 minutes of added time. Rise to Van Gerritsen, crosses in. Ibrahimovic, and what a save by Wall. Wall sending it long. Here's Goddamn. Goddamn weaving out of the defense. Squares it. Scarpetta. Oh, goodness me. Well, it's an absolute calamity for Claudio Scarpetta there. I'll have to see the replay again. Goddamn, getting onto the ball, looping around the Tokyo defense, just about the entirety of it. And it ricochets off of Scarpetta's foot. Rube does nothing to stop it. Rolls right between Rube's legs, perhaps. And that is how season 16 will end, on, frankly, a very confusing own goal that nevertheless secures a point for Reykjavik. They were champions already, but only now do they get to hoist their trophy. They tie Hollywood's record of 5 league titles. And still perhaps one more to come, depending on how they do in the SSL Cup later this week. They could yet celebrate a historic double. But regardless of the result in that, take nothing away from the season they've had already. A thrilling title race finally coming to the end here. Jean-Claude Goddamn uncharacteristically fails to score a penalty, and Skyrise put Tokyo ahead, but in the end, that own goal saves Reykjavik's blushes, and they come out with a 1-1 draw from the Nintendo. Drew Breer, player of the match for the assist and the clear-cut chance. Credit again to Dobby Rue for that very athletic save. But in the end, Reykjavik doing enough on the day to secure a point, and more than enough throughout the season to reclaim the SSL Major Division title. So once again, congratulations to Reykjavik United on claiming the SSL Major Division title. They received there on the right with 32 points, could not be caught going into their final match. We recap the scores. The reason they could not be caught was SFE drawing 0-0 away to Catalunya, sealing their fate for this season. Elsewhere, Sao Paulo defeated at home 4-0 by Buenos Aires. Romana with a 3-0 victory over Hollywood. And then, of course, you just saw Tokyo SC and Reykjavik United drawing 1-1. Well, I'll do it for me. Thank you so much for joining us on this Major League season. We still have one more match in the minors coming up, and then the SSL Cup final later this week. We'll see you for either of those matches. Until then, this has been Metafiction. Take care, everyone.